Morning, guys. Welcome to our subject, community engagement, solidarity, and citizenship. So I'll give you the overall view of this subject. Okay, let's start with the number of hours. Uh, for semester is 80 hours for one sem. So magstay tayo rito in our 80 hours. We will divide this into different subjects. Okay, let's start with the prerequisite. Uh, ang ating community engagement, before you take this, you should finish the discipline and ideas in the social science. Okay? And also the applied science. So dalawa siya before we take this and of course the Philippine politics and governance. Bakit kailangan um, na kailangan tapusin ito? Kasi this is the application of all applications. Okay? We're done with discipline and applied in social science and of course politics kasi dito natin ma-apply lahat ng ating mga natutunan. Okay, subject description, medyo maliit. Anyway, let me read. This course focuses on the application of ideas, methods of the social sciences to understand, investigate, and examine challenges of contemporary community life. It focuses on community action, initiatives such as community engagement, solidarity, and citizenship, as guided by the core values of human rights, social justice, empowerment, and advocacy. Gender equality and participatory development. It aims at enhancing students' sense of shared identity and willingness to contribute to the pursuit of the common good of the community. It enables students to integrate applied social sciences into community action initiatives. Okay, this course focuses on the application of ideas, what we have learned in the past, including political science. This is the application. Okay, we're going to investigate, we will examine what's going on in our community. Perhaps we're going to have a community mapping, all kind of engagement, and we will discuss this in um, another time. Okay. Now we will also be guided this community engagement solidarity. What's the difference? We'll discuss that. Anyway, I'll give you the just a glimpse of uh, when we say engagement, connection. So how to deal with the barangay chairman and the people in our society. So pati ang ating personality, no, personal relationship, pakikitungo sa mga tao will also be developed. Okay, and of course the solidarity engagement, no, yung by means of memorandum and friendship, yon. And citizenship, this is the not only the training but being a good citizen. What will you do? What is our role? Okay, in our community, and that is citizenship. Basta pinreform natin yung duties natin sa Pilipino, yun, pasok yun sa citizenship. Now we were also guided by values, core values in this community engagement. What are those? Human rights, okay, social justice, empowerment and advocacy, gender equality, and participatory development. Okay, so that is the subject description. Okay, the content of our study, there are divided into five. First, concepts and perspectives of community. Then after that of dealing with some theories and studies or concepts of all about community, now we'll go to the community action. No, may mga assessment, then action agad. And of course, core values that yung mga pinag-aralan natin o pinag-usapan natin, and principles of community actions, initiatives, methodologies and approaches of community actions and involvements across discipline. Uh, yes, disciplines. Community action, initiatives, field practicum. Ito, hayo na tayo. Now let's go to the first part, which is concept and perspective of community. Okay, here we're going to discuss the importance of understanding community dynamics and community action. Isang topic lang yan. What is community? Paano nag-work ang community? Sino ang members of the community? And, we have different kinds of community. Hindi lamang yung community in barangay, but even mga classes of people part of our community. Second, the definition of community. We have social sciences perspective, institutional perspective, yung civil society, yung mga organizations, people organizations, civic organizations, social movements, LGBT, kasama yun. And of course, the last one is local and grassroots level. Yung mga, it's in a congressional, district people, okay, level. Okay, next is what is the element? Ano yung mga elemento ng society or the community? First, we'll discuss the structures. Example, yung socio-political structure, economic, and cultural. Actually, marami pa yon na ito ang bumubuo ng isang community or ng city itself. Now, we have two targets. We have one, Kabuyao and Kalamba. You will go to, if you have a chance, no, to go to the city, yung development department there, doon, yung city development, meron silang study. No? Sa kanilang study, siguro ang latest study nila is around 2015. No? Yung economic, yung political, yung areas, even yung structure ng we can see that in those things in the city, no? Kabuyao and Kalamba. Okay, we will also discuss that. And what else? Dynamics and processes, yung mga paano yung leadership, relationship, and social change ina-adapt yun sa isang community. Ano yung kultura nila. And number 4 is typologies or types of community. We have formal and informal community. Okay? Yung formal talagang meron pang mga registration, known, and with IDs and structure, etc. Okay? At yan ay alam ng gobyerno. Yung informal ay, of course, hindi alam. Mga informal settlers. Bagasan na hindi. What is informal settlers? Yung mga squatters, hindi sila allowed pero nagtayo sila and they have their own community. Example lang yun that doesn't mean na yun ang informal na tinutukoy natin. Rural o urban, city and the province. Local, global. Okay? Tawagin ko yun local, globally, local. No? Okay. Sectoral, social, spaces, etc. Different types. Now let's go to the community action. Now pag-aralan na natin yung all about community, then let's go to the action. Okay, the overview. Community engagement. Okay, dito yung mga techniques to deal with the barangay captain, barangay chairman. Pero kailangan alam natin yung mga whereabouts or telephone numbers, yung mga important things like mga barangay ambulance, kung sino, mga ganun, mga this. We will be familiarized with this, no? Then, how to engage with these people. Hindi diretso kagad kay city or I mean health sa barangay health center na meron kang concern doon na hindi naman sa health, no? Doon ka didiretso. You should know, no? Yun lang, directional. And kung paano ito gagawin. Now, if we have projects like this one sa ating community engagement subject, we will have a proposed project. And before we do that, kailangan meron tayong study based on our research. Okay? Then after that, we're going to agree, no? Paano tayo mag-agree? Ito yung pumapasok rin ng solidarity. Pag meron na tayong agreement, we are now have one direction, one mind, etc. Now we are now solid. Now, in citizenship, this is the implementation of our projects, particularly. But ang citizenship ay hindi nag-stay dun sa ating mga project na yan sa community. Ito is the way of life. Pinapakita mo yung being a Filipino. Okay? Bilang isang citizen ng Pilipino. Sa diwa, sa gawa, at sa isip. Okay? And of course, number 2 is yung purposes of community actions or action. Anong layunin? There is a major issues affecting, okay, letter A, okay, affecting poor and marginalized. That is letter A. Major issues affecting poor and marginalized communities. Okay, ang purpose natin is to meet the needs of the major people, no? Na kung saan yun, yung mga grassroots. Pangalawa, ano yung role ng kabataan like you in the community action? Are you a member of Sangguniang Kabataan or SK or youth organization in your community? Kung wala pa, can you start your own group just for one purpose? Whether spiritual or community, civic action, yung mga ganun. So, ito yung purpose ng ating study. 3, selected cases of community action initiatives. Okay? Selected cases. Hindi kasi lahat natin magagawa eh. No? Let's say, beautification, siguro sa maliit na bagay na kategorya. Diba? Street lights in our community. Very aspiring pero may kakayanan ka ba na gawin ito? Na maglagay ng mga ilaw sa inyong kalye na kailangan pare-pareho. You know, selected cases lang ating gagawin ng mga projects. Okay, we'll discuss that later. Core values and principles of community action initiatives. Ito yung mga pili na values that we need to study, like human rights. In a community, we want to see equality. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Walang, physically or what. Kailangan pantay-pantay. Tingnan natin kung ano ang tinatawag na human rights. Okay? Rights of the children, rights of the, even yung mga hayop, they have their own rights. Okay? Now, social justice, we will also deal with this. What is social justice? And like, this is related to human rights kasi human rights medyo mabigat na eh, parang patayan na eh. Social justice, yung mahirap, masyadong inaapi yung mayaman, masyadong inaapi yung mahirap. Things like that. Okay? Kailangan natin ng justice. Empowerment and advocacy. So, empowerment is what we are going to do with you is actually we are empowering you, no? As a youth, and later on you will become a leader. And advocacy, what is advocacy? Meron kang pinaglalaban, your set of beliefs, and meron kang gustong gawin in your community, and that would be your advocacy. Okay? Isipin natin kung ano yung magiging advocacy natin and paano nyo maipopromote ang inyong advocacy. Then, participatory development. How will you exercise or be involved in that area, no? Sino gagawa niyan? Yan, yung ating what is our participation? And lastly, gender equality. Ito yung mga pag-aaralan din natin, ano, yung mga pantay-pantay dapat yung lahat ng genders. Bakla, tomboy, everyone. Okay, now let's go to the methodologies and approaches of community actions and involvements across disciplines. Ano yung mga gagawin natin? Ito yung mga activities na gagawin natin. Partnership building with local groups. Okay? So, part of the solidarity yan. Uh, Usually, meron tayong ino-offer. Ang ino-offer natin is we have physical group of students na pupunta sa isang barangay. Ano yung ating participation? Ano ang needs ng barangay? Let's say, sa barangay Pasiano, sasabihin, ay, kailangan na maglinis ng ano rito, ng ilog. Handa ba tayo dyan? Okay. Number two, community profiling. Ito yung one of the activities. When we say profiling, kukunin natin yung um, mga mga data ng mga ng nasa community. Okay? It is a parang ano yan administrative work, clerical work sa barangay, at ikaw ay pumupunta para bang sinasabi na, uh, nandito po kami para kumuha ng mga status nyo, na, ano kami ng ng NSO or PSA, ilan ng mga anak nyo, you know, that is profiling. Alright, and number three is needs assessment. Ano ang kailangan nila? Now, when we go to barangay, sana may chance, ay titingnan natin yung palikuran nila. Ilang pamilya sila? Let's say 5. Saan sila dumudumi? Yung mga ganon. Tapos, ilan? Okay, isa. You know, so there is a problem. Ano yung mga needs? And this is what we call needs assessment. Food, no? Shelter. Working with the core group of leaders or leadership development sa barangay. Particularly action planning, no? Resource mobilization. Okay, yung paggalaw, pagkilos, pag-attend, and of course social actions. Ito yung lagi tayong kasama. It is in a regular basis. And of course, part of our activities is evaluation. Okay? And it also be graded. Sana kahit na hindi graded. Community action initiatives, field practicum, yun, hayo na. What is this? Partnership with local communities, preparation of community action plan, experiences in community engagement, solidarity, and citizenship building. Okay, in our practicum, we have 3. Okay? Alamin natin yung mga local organization or barangay. Okay, you will be divided into different barangay. Kung saan barangay kayo. Now, preparation of community action. Before we do that, kailangan natin ng need assessment and kailangan natin ng community mapping. We'll teach you how to do this. And of course, experience and community engagement. Paano makikitungo? Let's develop our self first, no? Bawal lang mahiyain dito. Paano mag-solidify, okay? And paano mag-action plan or yung tinatawag na citizenship building. The requirements is attendance, online and offline, behavior, projects, written examination, and oral examination. So, ito yung mga requirements natin para tayo ay makapasa dito sa ating subject. Thank you so much and good morning to all. God bless.